Hi y'all, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you two super delicious, easy, budget-friendly meals that only include 5 ingredients. That's right, only 5 ingredients. So before we actually jump into today's video, I want to thank Melinda over at Melinda's Messy Sink for collaborating with me today. She's also going to be sharing some easy, budget-friendly recipes. Over on her channel, you will find a ton of what's for dinner ideas, recipes, grocery hauls, and she makes really delicious desserts. So make sure after you watch today's video, you go check out her channel. I will have it linked down in the description box below along with her video. If you are coming over from Melinda's channel, I would just like to say hello and welcome. My name is Kirsti. If you love watching what's for dinner ideas, getting recipes, I'm going to be starting to do lots more budget-friendly recipes just because of the way the world is right now. I think budget-friendly recipes are really going to help a lot of people out. But if that is stuff that you love to watch, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started in today's video. The first recipe we're going to be making today is a 5-ingredient orange chicken. And y'all, this recipe is so good. If you love the orange chicken at like a Chinese buffet or at like your favorite Chinese takeout, you're going to love this recipe. So let me go ahead and show you what ingredients you're gonna need. So the only ingredients that you're actually gonna need for this recipe is gonna be so easy, is some of this orange marmalade. You're gonna need some barbecue sauce, some soy sauce. I'm gonna be using this coconut aminos. You're gonna need some flour and some chicken. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our sauce going because it's gonna need to simmer for about 20 minutes. For the sauce, we're going to put our pan on a low heat, and then we're gonna add in 1 cup of the orange marmalade. One cup of barbecue sauce. And 2 tablespoons of the coconut aminos. Gonna stir that together, and then we're gonna let this simmer on low for about 20 minutes. Once you get your sauce simmering on the stove, you're just going to want to take your chicken and cut it into little bite-sized pieces. And we're going to put this in a big mixing bowl, and I'll show you what we do with it after that. After cubing up your chicken and putting it in the mixing bowl, you're going to add in 2 cups of flour. The next step is kind of optional. I'm going to add in some of these crushed red peppers. Now, I'm not counting that as a technical ingredient because it's just a pantry staple that I have. So I'm not including spices with this. But of course, you don't have to add this in if you don't want to, or if you don't have it, don't worry about it. And then you're just going to give this all a toss because you want all of that chicken to be coated with the flour. After getting your chicken all coated in the flour, you're just going to put your skillet on about a medium heat. And then we're going to add in some oil just to cover the bottom. We're going to let that heat up, and then once it's heated, we're going to add in the chicken. Our oil is hot, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding in our chicken. Depending on how much chicken you cook, depending on how big your family is, you don't want to crowd the pan. So if you have to do a couple of batches, that's okay. I have cooked up all of my chicken, and I put it on this plate with some paper towel just so it can absorb any of that extra oil. And so now that it's been sitting there and I've let all the oil drain off, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this bowl, all the chicken. Made a mess. Then we're gonna add in our sauce. And then we're just going to give this a mix until all of the chicken is coated in that sauce. And that is what's for dinner tonight. Orange chicken. That orange chicken looked good, didn't it? It was so good. Now there are a couple things that I would change about it the next time we cook it. Instead of the honey barbecue, which was the only barbecue sauce I had on hand, I would recommend just using a regular barbecue sauce. It was a little sweet, so I actually did add in a couple more tablespoons of the soy sauce to kind of balance out that sweetness. But I think if you just use a plain regular barbecue sauce, you'll do great. The second thing that I would change is when we were eating it, my husband said it was kind of a lot of sauce. So what we'll do next time is, instead of putting all the chicken in a bowl and then pouring all that sauce on top, what I'll do is I'll just make our plates and we'll drizzle the sauce on top. So that way, if you love a lot of sauce, you can put a lot of sauce on your plate. And if you like just a little bit, you can just drizzle a little bit on it. But that's the only thing that we would change about it. We absolutely loved it. The second recipe I'm going to share with y'all is a chicken and rice casserole. Now it is a little bit different than what you would think of like a traditional chicken and rice casserole. It's really good. It has a lot of flavor. So let me go ahead and show you the ingredients. So the 5 ingredients that you're going to need for this chicken and rice casserole is, of course, you're going to need some chicken, you're going to need some rice, you're going to need 1 pack of this Lipton onion soup mix, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and some water. Now, technically, I guess you don't have to count the water as an ingredient, but we're going to count it tonight just so it can be that 5 ingredient recipe. This recipe that I had found online, it had said to just take your chicken breasts and lay them in the bottom of your baking dish whole. I'm actually going to cut the chicken up into strips just so that way it will cook more evenly and maybe even a little bit faster. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those up. We'll place them in the baking dish. And you do want to spray your baking dish with some non-stick spray before you put in the chicken. Now I'm just going to season this chicken with a little bit of salt and pepper. Over the top of the chicken, I'm going to sprinkle over 1 cup of rice. One package of the Lipton onion soup mix. We're just going to sprinkle that over top of the rice. This is what's going to give it so much flavor. In a separate bowl, you're just going to take your cream of mushroom soup and your water and mix those together. and it's 1.5 cups of water. Then you're just going to take that and pour it over the top. Top with some aluminum foil. We're going to place this in an oven that is preheated to 325 degrees for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. You just want to make sure that rice is tender. And that is what's for dinner tonight, chicken and rice casserole. Y'all, that chicken and rice casserole is so good. If you love a traditional chicken and rice casserole, I really think you'll enjoy this one as well. And I will say, cutting up the chicken into those strips helped a ton. I really liked it better that way than just having the plain chicken breast. But of course, you can do it however you want, however you prefer. But other than that, it was delicious. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you go check out Melinda's channel. Her video is linked in my description box below. But other than that, I will see y'all next time. Bye.